flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a regularly scheduled public session of the Woodbridge Board of Education and is in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws of 1975, also known as the Sunshine Law. This meeting has been approved by resolution adopted at the organization meeting held on January 2nd, 2024, and a revised resolution at the public session meeting held on January 22nd, 2024. Notification has been sent to the record. Notification has also been posted in the Woodbridge Borough Hall, the Woodbridge Memorial Library, tapinto.net, and the Woodbridge Board of Education's website. Meetings of the board are open to the public, and all members of the community should feel free to participate. The board announces that under its long-standing policy, it will not discuss in public any comments made by members of the public concerning individual staff members. Before coming to the board, the chain of command should be followed. There are two portions of the meeting reserved for comments made from the public. The first at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items only, and the second at the end of the meeting for anything you'd like to speak about. Issues raised by the public may or may not be responded to by the board, but all comments will be considered. The board requests that all members of the public be mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking due to the confidentiality and legal rights afforded by the state of New Jersey. Members of the public are asked not to speak negatively or in a derogatory manner about any employee of the board or any student. Roll call.
Mr. Fallon.
Here.
Mr. Garvin.
Here.
Mrs. Milano is absent. Mr. Vaccaro is absent. Mr. Rimonti.
Present.
Mr. Nieves.
Present. All right, so on to what everybody's really here for. Presentations, recognitions, and awards. Let's start with the students of the month for September. Lara. A Yankee.
Well, there's a reason. Thank you. It was risky. I know it was. Well, first, I apologize to any Mets fans that I might offend with this jersey. I am proud tonight to stand here and present the students of the month for the month of September. This year, the Doyle School changed it up a little bit, and our staff has broadened the categories for student nominations to create a more inclusive recognition program. Each month, we will highlight different areas of student achievement, and for the month of September, we're excited to focus on, I'm telling you, there was a theme, athletics. Okay, it was just good timing. Our theme for this month is Athlete of the Month, where we recognize students who demonstrate outstanding talent, interest, and effort in physical education and sports. We believe that highlighting these young athletes not only encourages them, but also promotes a positive school culture of teamwork and perseverance within our school community. At this time, I'm going to call our K through 3 recipients up. When you hear your name, come stand for a photo op. In kindergarten, Mason Porowski. Do I see Mason? I don't see Mason. In grade 1, Mackenzie Caputo. In grade 2, Giada Borgia, aka Gumby. And last but not least, Juliana DePapalo, grade 3. Notice all girls. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Next month is Artist of the Month, so we'll see what I turn out then. Thank you.
I know. Hi, everyone. Hello, I'm Mrs. Giacomelli. I'm your interim principal at the intermediate school, and I'm very happy to be here. I don't have as much of a welcome as my colleague, but I have to say, in the 20 years that I've been in administration in both elementary and middle school, not a lot of students get a perfect score on the NJSA, language arts or math. And maybe I have to put it back to my colleague over here, Mrs. Schmidt, because The students that I'm going to call up are all fourth graders. That means she kind of got them all there. So I'm going to take a little bit of credit because they're mine now. So the first one, Matthew Mayer. Are you here? Come on up, Matt. Matthew scored a perfect score of 850 on the NJSA Language Arts ELA. Fantastic, Matt. Absolutely great. And Shanil Gadasara. Yes. He also got an 850 on the NJSLA for language arts as well. Is Olivia Lee here? All right, Olivia. Olivia Lee, not a perfect score of 850, but the highest score of 845. That means maybe one little question. And I am so very proud of these students. They're going to be outstanding students, and let's see what happens next year, right? Awesome job. 1, 2, 3. And now that Ms. Schmidt has put the challenge on, all right, bring it, phys ed major, previously administrator. We'll see about those athletes. All right. We'll try to get a few boys as well. Come on, guys. Come on in. Bring it in for a photo op. All right. Well done.
Good evening, everyone. For the Woodridge Junior Senior High School. In just the first 2 weeks of school, students in grades 7 through 12 have made an outstanding impression with their dedication, positive attitudes, and academic achievements. These students have quickly demonstrated leadership, responsibility, and a strong commitment to their studies, setting an excellent example for their peers. Their enthusiasm for learning and active participation in class discussions have not gone unnoticed. As a result, these exceptional students are recognized as the Students of the Month for September. Tonight, we are celebrating their hard work and the remarkable start they've made to the school year. For 7th grade, we have Kai Gingeruso. Eighth grade, we have Emma Brinska. Ninth grade, we have Ava Mendez. Tenth grade, which he got it once before in 7th grade, we got Dominic Bellini. And 11th grade, we have Matus Brzeski. And for our senior, I don't see her tonight, Yara Rocha. Congratulations, we're all so proud of you.
So congratulations to all the students, but we're softball girls. Very nice job. I'm a little partial here. Kelly, NJSA, perfect scores.
I apologize for being a bit repetitive. Ms. Giacomelli stole some of what I was going to say. So we are here tonight to recognize an outstanding academic achievement that exemplifies the pursuit of excellence within our school district. It is with great pleasure that we announce and celebrate the remarkable accomplishment of our students, Shanil, Matthew, and Charlie. These three gentlemen have all attained a perfect score on the state standardized assessment. Shanil and Matthew, as you heard, scored an 850 on their grade 3 mathematics, and Charlie perfected the grade 6 language arts test. As a former language arts teacher, achieving perfection on such a comprehensive and challenging assessment is no small feat. It requires not only a mastery of the subject matter, but also the ability to perform under pressure with precision and clarity of thought. Their achievement reflects positively not only in their individual capabilities, but also on the quality of education provided by our schools. It underscores the effectiveness of our curriculum, the dedication of our faculty, and the supportive learning environment we strive to maintain. Chenille, Matthew, and Charlie, we extend a heartfelt congratulations. Your achievement is celebrated district-wide and setting a new standard of academic excellence for future generations of students. Let us use this moment to reaffirm our commitment to educational excellence and to support every student in reaching their full potential. Let this serve as an inspiration to all the other students for success and inspire us all for greatness. Gentlemen, I have some certificates for you. Come on up. Charlie Fauché. Congratulations. Chenille. Congratulations. And Mr. Marr. Congratulations. Oh, come back for a photo op. I would have ran away just as quickly, not gonna lie. On count of three, perfect score. Congrats, guys.
All right, on to Mr. Lisa. School self-assessment for determining grades.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'll present to you scores for our New Jersey School and District Report Card as part of the NJDOE Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights self-assessment. This data is unofficial data and will be submitted to the Department of Education for review and approval to be released as an official report card later in the school year. This report card will be posted on our district website once published by the DOE. The scores presented to you tonight are based upon what are known as the 8 core elements, which consist of the following: HIB programs, approaches, or other initiatives, training on the BOE-approved HIB policy, other staff instruction and training programs, curriculum and instruction on HIB and related information and skills, HIB personnel, school-level HIB incident reporting procedures, HIB investigations, and HIB reporting. Within each core element lies a series of requirements that each school is scored upon using a rating scale of 0 to 3, with 0 indicating the school did not meet requirements, 1 indicating that the school partially met requirements, 2 that the school met requirements, or 3 indicating that the school exceeded the requirements. With a maximum possible score of 78 for each school, the scores were as follows: Doyle School 54, the Intermediate School 54, the Junior Senior High School 52. The district score of 53, which is the average of the 3 schools, indicates that the Woodridge School District has officially met all requirements of the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act, or ABR, as required by the Department of Education for the 2023-2024 school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lisa. Trustees, any questions? All right, no further ado. We have our student reps. We have Clyde and Puerto and Devin Milne.
Good morning, everybody. I am Clyde Imparto, and I'll be reading the September Student Report. September was a busy month at Woodridge Junior Senior High School. Thank you to the PTA for sponsoring Mark Hayford to come speak with all the students. His focus was all about mindset and positivity. Last week was Homecoming and Spirit Week, and thanks to the Student Council, we had a fun week with each day being a different theme. Students and staff had a great time on Friday at the pep rally to end our homecoming week, and on Saturday night, we had over 200 students attend the homecoming dance. Mrs. Paniagua also hosted an evening virtual FAFSA presentation for seniors and their parents last week. This week begins Respect Week. There will be daily quotes read over the PA system, and the neutral zone teen and students will be writing positive messages on the sidewalk with chalk. Thank you to the county for coming back today and training more of our seniors to become election poll workers. The county has trained 50 of our students so far. Those that are trained will be working the polls locally on election day. Marking Period 1 progress reports will be available to view this week.
Hi, I'm Devin Milne. Thank you to everybody for supporting the Hall of Fame. It was a great success. We are past the halfway point of the fall season. Football is currently 4-1-1. We are now in our 3-week crossover schedule. This week will be home versus either Rutherford or Pompton Lakes. Next week we will host Hasbrook Heights, and then we will be traveling to Cresskill. Our cheerleaders have been doing a great job throughout the season. Congratulations to boys soccer for defeating Wallington 2-1. The team is seeking a divisional title. The county tournament begins next week. Girls soccer is currently 8-4 and on a 5-game win streak. County tournament play begins this Sunday. Fiona Helly became the all-time leading scorer for Woodridge, breaking the previous record of Natalie Calla with 46 goals. Girls volleyball is currently 8-6 and have an exciting week of league play this week and will start the county tournament on October 15th or 17th based on seeding. Middle school volleyball is currently 2-0 and has 2 games this week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and just want to say welcome. I know it's you're going to have to step up here at least once or twice a month and give us a report, but we appreciate it. All right, so on to our regular course of business. The Mets are on. I'm sorry, the Yankees are on. It is Monday Night Football, and it is a school night, so we won't be upset. I'll give everybody about a minute if you want to leave. Except for Kai. All right. We're going to move on to our Board Administrators Report. Mr. Lisa?
Hello again. The past few weeks, the business office have continued to be very busy, pushing forward with additional requisitions for our students and staff and finalizing payments to our vendors from our initial purchases this year. Additionally, free or reduced lunch applications submitted in September continued to pour in, be processed, and be put in place for the rest of the school year. Those students who qualified for free or reduced lunch would also be eligible for free or reduced breakfast as well, which is offered at the intermediate school and the high school. Also in the business office, the annual open enrollment period initiated. Beginning on October 1st and running through the entirety of the month of October, New Jersey's open enrollment period allows employees of the Woodridge School District the opportunity to update their benefit selections, which will remain in effect for the entirety of the 24-25 school year. During this time, the business office has been fielding questions and helping assist with selections so as to best serve our staff. Any changes made by staff will be implemented January 1st and continue in effect through December 2025. This is the conclusion of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Lisa. Trustees, comments, questions? All right, on to our Superintendent Report. Mr. Albro.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we completed our 20th school day of this new school year, and we are quickly approaching the midpoint of the first academic marking period in all 3 of our school buildings. I was able to attend all of our district back-to-school night programs over the course of the past few weeks, and I'm pleased to report that the turnout was excellent, and all of the hallways were abuzz with parents trying to find their child's classrooms or teachers as they adhere to their student schedule. All 3 school buildings shined magnificently. And as this was the public's first gander at the changes in the Doyle School, everyone appeared to be pleased with all of the work that had taken place. The month of October is quite the busy month in the state of New Jersey and in its Department of Education, with many initiatives being observed in the month of October. This does not exhaust all of the initiatives, but I'm going to touch upon a couple. Today started the New Jersey Week of Respect, where all of our students and staff members are discussing how to be respectful of ourselves and others. In an age-appropriate manner, students are engaging in conversations and classroom activities centered on effective strategies to resolve conflicts and be positive in the relationships that we maintain daily. Later this month, the school observed Violence and Vandalism Awareness Week, which continues the discussion concerning respect for each other and for property as well. While New Jersey chooses to bunch all these topics in 1 month, each school building walks the walk and talks the talk daily concerning being respectful and caring towards each other. I know that Clyde mentioned in his report, today was an exciting day in our high school. It was in last spring that our high school was one of the first Bergen County high schools to participate in student training for employment in our local voting poll sites. And today we had another group of students trained to participate in the election work as well. CBS News was here today, as well as Tap Into, to provide some publicity for the event. This was a wonderful opportunity for our students to contribute civically in our community. It is an employment that our students can choose to remain active in for as long as they desire. Mrs. Ruiz did tell me that the people delivering the training today commented on how well-mannered our young men and women were today. The board will be considering action on a variety of items this evening. It is wonderful to see the appearance of so many field trips, some speaking to a traditional sense and others to new ideas. The board will take formal action this evening to fill 3 teaching vacancies, as we still are screening candidates for positions that will become available in the coming weeks. We're taking action this evening on the winter athletic coaching staff members and their appointments, with the positions of head and assistant girls basketball coach remaining to be filled, as they were late resignations. This evening's agenda includes saving the date for many of our visual and performing arts demonstrations, our PTA functions, and the approval of many fundraisers. In board operations, the board is taking action on the approval and authorization to execute a shared services agreement with the Borough of Woodridge, which essentially adds the much-anticipated Highland Avenue Learning Annex to the existing agreement. Last but certainly not least this evening, it is with great sadness that I share that the board will take action concerning the retirement of Mrs. Melanie Rosarella, a longtime physical education and health teacher in all 3 school buildings, an active club advisor and athletic coach, and a most proud graduate of Woodridge High School. I know the board joins with me in wishing Mrs. Rosarella the best in everything moving forward, and I can promise that we, as a board, will honor Mrs. Rosarella at a meeting in the future. Mr. Nieves, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Albro. Comments, questions, trustees? We're good? All right, approval of the minutes. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education approved minutes of the following meeting, public session meeting, September 16th, 2024. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Fallon,
Yes.
Mr. Garvin,
Yes.
Mrs. Milano is absent, Mr. Vaccaro is absent, Mr. Biamonte,
Yes.
Mr. Nieves.
Yes. All right, trustees, same drill. I'm going to read through. All right. All right, break a good thing. Yes. Curriculum and instruction, approval of out-of-district placement, tuition amendment, approval of home instruction, approval of evaluation request, approval of out-of-district placement, approval of field trip request, approval of field trip request, which does not include Moonachie, approval of student-teacher classroom observation field experience internship, and approval of request for a delayed opening, both which include Moonachie. On to personnel, we have approval of the intermediate 6-period teaching stipends for 24-25. We have approval of a chaperone, which includes Moonachie, approval of a co-curricular appointment, approval of 24-25 INRS team appointments, which includes Moonachie, approval of personnel appointments, includes Moonachie, acceptance of resignation, revised approval of personnel appointments, approval of personnel appointment 24-25 district substitute, which does include Moonachie, approval of the appointment of care personnel 24-25. Approval of the coaching appointments, approval of 24-25 INRS team appointments, approval to remove previously appointed 24-25 intermediate intervention and referral service team members, approval of use of sick bank days, approval of a mentor, approval of 6-period stipend, approval of 24-25 INRS team appointments, acceptance of retirement notification, and approval of co-curricular appointment. None for policy. Buildings and grounds includes Moonachie, approval of facility request, approval of another facilities request, which is Woodridge only. Finance, we have approval of the bills list, approval of the monthly finance reports of the board secretary and treasurer, approval of certification of a balanced budget, approval of a fundraiser, both include Moonachie, approval of another fundraiser, Woodridge only, approval authorization for payment of bills between Board of Education and meetings, and includes Moonachie approval of tax payment schedule. For board operations, we have the approval and authorization to execute shared services agreement for various services with the Borough of Woodridge, which includes Moonachie, Mr. Albert just spoke about. And last, which includes Moonachie approval of the 24-25 district-wide nursing services plan. Trustee, before I open it up to the hearing of citizens, any new business? All right. I'll open it up to the hearing of citizens in the audience here on the resolutions only.
Bonnie Taylor, 64 Woodridge Street. Excuse me. I just wanted to know what were some of the changes of the nursing services that are happening in the district?
Quite honestly, the major changes were dealing with the Narcan administration and having it available in all 3 school buildings. We were able to pick that up from the county this week. Outside of that, it's just refreshing of other standing orders from our school physician and policy and procedure within the district.
Do we have a registered nurse at every building in the district?
We have 4 nurses, 3 full-time, 1 part-time in the 3 buildings.
Excellent. And then I just had, and I'm sorry, I lost my page, another question. Oh, the question about the trip to Italy. There's a lot of to be determined there. Have we done this before? Have we gone overseas? Okay, excellent. So what is the presentation going to look like to the public or the students so that we know more about this?
Probably before COVID, a previous Italian teacher took her students, a group of students, to Italy. This is really getting board approval tonight, and then really hinges upon the participation of families and students. Obviously, the cost is dependent upon how many people participate. Once that's been determined, I will have Ms. Pitti come back and deliver a presentation to the board as to what's going to take place.
So that 3,900 is subject to change.
It really is, it's sort of pie in the sky ideal. We get the right number, and depending upon how many students, once they see that number, decide they want to participate, I'm sure there's a floor and a ceiling for how few or how many can go. So that's, once the board now has approved the idea, it's on the teacher, Mrs. Pitti, to determine how many students will go and then see what the impact of those quantities will be.
And all chaperones will be certified educators?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Mr. Lisa, anything came in online?
There are no questions online.
All right, close the hearing of citizens, the resolutions only. Trustees, looking for your support, which does include Moonachie, curriculum and instruction 1, 2, 5, and 7, personnel 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10, none for policy, buildings and grounds 1, finance 1 through 4, 6 and 7, and board operations 1 and 2. Can I get a first? Mr. Fallon, Mr. Garvin, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fallon.
Yes.
Mr. Garvin.
Yes.
Mrs. Milano is absent. Mr. Vaccaro is absent. Mr. Biamonte.
Yes.
Mr. Nieves.
Yes. Trustees looking for your support, which is Woodridge only, curriculum instruction 3, 4, and 6, personnel 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 11 through 16, none for policy, buildings and grounds 2, finance 5, and board operations none at this time. Can I get a first? Mr. Biamonte, second. Mr. Garvin, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fallon.
Yes, I have a question. Policies through 16 or 18?
For Woodridge only?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's on here, it's 16, but I see an acceptance of retirement notification and the co-curricular appointment.
Yes.
So it'll be 218.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't on there to Rich's point. Good catch. So, yeah, personnel 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12 through 18. So we had Mr. Biamonte, Mr. Garvin, so I just run it through them again.
Mr. Fallon.
Yes.
Mr. Garvin.
Yes.
Mrs. Valano is absent. Mr. Vaccaro is absent. Mr.
Yes.
Biamonte. Mr. Nieves.
Yes. All right, trustees, before I open up to the hearing of citizens, anything I'd like to talk about, anything for communications or unfinished business? All right, I'll open it up to the hearing of citizens, anything I'd like to talk about? Hearing none, seeing none? All right, anything come in today?
Nothing online.
All right, close the hearing of citizens. Trustees, next meeting is November 4th. You know, I got to tell them that all the time, right? Motion to adjourn? Mr. Biamonte, all in favor? All opposed? Have a good night. Let's go Kansas City.